Hi, Dr. TJ Dixon here, coming to you with a message on how you can be an alchemist. The term alchemist means a person who is able to take metal that really has no value and somehow convert it into gold. It makes it sound a bit magical, a bit metaphysical, how they can take metal with absolutely no value and turn it into gold, which is valuable. But that's not exactly the definition of alchemy that I'm talking about. I'm talking about someone who can take something that doesn't feel so great, something that seems like nothing, and turn it into something great, big, and spectacular. And you can do that too. All of us have the ability to be alchemists in our lives in everyday situations to make them really work for us. So step one, if you want to be an alchemist, find the lesson in whatever is going on. There's this saying called there's a lesson and a blessing in everything. So for you, it's find the lesson in what's ever going on. Whatever it is probably not something that you're liking, something that you're wanting, or something that seems to have very much value to you. But if you find the lesson in it, then you can transform that seemingly nothingness or seemingly badness into something great that can actually work for you. For instance, for me personally, I have been an alchemist throughout my life. If I have worked at a position that I didn't like very much. When I was in college, I used to be a telemarketer, and I absolutely did not like this job at all, period. But I was able to take some of the skill sets that I learned on that job, like how to speak to someone on the phone when they are having an issue, because I did customer service. And to this day, I still use those skills when I am even coaching my clients. I am working with people in a workshop that I am giving. I am able to really hear what they're trying to say and then come up with, or help them come up with a solution to help them feel better and move forward. So that's step one. Step two is find the blessing in the situation. Sometimes we have things that go on and they look like they're actually cursing us and that they're really bad. But really, depending upon how we look at it, we can take those same situations and see how they can be used really to bless us. Again, from a personal example, I've been in situations where I have been, again, working where maybe I couldn't keep the job that I wanted. So for instance, one of my favorite jobs I ever had years ago, it ended. It ended because the organization itself was going in another direction and then closed like within months after all of the original people who were there were either left for other positions or they were fired. So in my particular case, I left for another position because I felt like there was major change going on and they no longer were going to go in the direction for me to keep the program that I ran. And although I was really sad and I was really upset, I mean, very upset at the time, because I felt like the work we did was really important and that organization should have stayed around and shouldn't have closed. But it actually ended up being a blessing for me, because I went on to work at a different company and I made a lot more money. And right after I started working at that company, I went through a major life change. And had it not been for me working for that new company, I would not have been able to afford to even live, going from a two-income household down to a one. So in that particular case, there was a blessing in me losing my favorite job. Again, alchemy. Step 3 is be grateful. Be grateful. Because so often we will complain when things aren't going our way or when things don't feel good to us. But still be grateful, because if you believe that this is just all part of the process and plan, that this is just another element in your ultimate best life, then you can, if you show the gratitude, then at some point you will see how what is happening today has to happen this way in order for you to get to where you want to be tomorrow. And again, an example of that is the work that I'm doing today in wellness. I had been wanting to do this work since 2012, and it's now end of 2016. And during this period, I worked 2 other positions, and some of them sent me back into work that I really, really didn't want to do anymore. I had kind of moved on from that work, but I went back to it. But I was grateful, and I was grateful because I was able to gain new skill sets as well as make it to the top of my accounting career during these past 4 years. I was able to make it to the top. And that was a great blessing for me, because it showed me that if I remain faithful to what I feel called to do and what my intuition is telling me, that I will be blessed eventually with what I want. And so here it is, 4 years later. I've been wanting to do this work. Now I'm able to work in it full time. And some of the money that I made particularly at the last company that I was at, I was able to use it to fund getting my website up and getting my branding done for me to do my wellness work today. So even though I was going to 2 jobs that really weren't exactly what I wanted at the time, I was still very grateful for them because of what they provided to me, because they helped me hone even my coaching skills. Because even though I was an accountant, I did a lot of coaching on the job to help people keep their morale up, to help them go for their dreams, goals, and aspirations. So gratitude is so very important with alchemy. So there you have it. 3 steps that you can take for you to also be an alchemist and take whatever's going on in your life and transform it into something valuable, powerful, and great for you, and you can live your best life. Thank you for watching. If you would like to know more information about the wellness work that I do, or if you're looking for someone who can coach you even further in further detail on how you can be an alchemist, check out my website at www.drtjdixon.com. And again, may you live your best life.